It was a slow process, and we were just realising more and more that we just kind of like didn't fit in.
I went from getting my driving licence in the March to driving a van in September because I was a motorcyclist, very reluctant to want to drive a car.
And that was it, yeah, we just got excited. It was like a bit of a heatwave week in England, and we just went, yeah, let's do it, let's go to the beach.
I think it was the 20th of June, and then it was too hot in the van then, and we were like, what are we doing? Hi, I'm Ali. This is my lovely family, Archer, Lily and Rachel.
This is our Sprinter van, and it's our home full time. We've come from England and we've been travelling around Europe for the last 8 months in it. I was hungover in bed one Sunday morning, and I was like looking at all their camper vans, and we were thinking about booking a holiday, weren't we?
Yeah.
And I just didn't know you could get vans like that. Like, we were so amazed, and I was shouting to you, and I was like, come and look at this. We've got to like hire one of these.
Yeah, we'll build one.
I think we were still a bit drunk from the night before, and we were like, yeah, we'll get one of these, we'll build one. And then it suddenly just became this big plan, didn't it? And we were only going to use it for holidays, and then, I don't know, it just kind of all snowballed. We just got more and more in love with it.
Yeah, the house started getting emptier and emptier, and the van had some insulation in it, and we decided that we could just get in and go with nothing but a mattress in the van. So yeah, and then it built up over, say, 6 months, and now we're in Portugal. Welcome to the inside of our bus. As you can see, there's a lot of wood going on. You've got the pallet wood for the front of the bulkhead, which we've closed out because we've got these rear seats, so we couldn't put any swivel seats in, so it works well for us with the extra seating for Lilly and Archer, which gives us the capability to stick the overhead storage in above the cab without it being open, so it sort of fits us all as one piece. You've got the charger points in to keep the kids happy, all their little bits and pieces flashing at them while we're doing big journeys. When we pull up, I usually whip this lot, or either chuck it outside if it's nice, or just the cab sort of gets filled up with extra stuff that we're not using. Yeah, and got a nice little window ledge, which is surprisingly handy for the children. They were always chucking stuff in and out of it. We've got the little rainbow in here, got mum's phone, an old bit of orange, which is nice. Yeah, it all sort of came together quite nicely at the front of the cab. Yeah, we're really happy with it. We've got a nice black blind to keep the sun out. This is our toilet area, just hidden behind this door. Got a nice little portaloo. Yeah, you never know when you're going to need quick access to a toilet when you're on the road. Sometimes when we're moving, the little ones need to use the toilet. Pull over quick, fire it out. When you're done, slide it back in. You can forget about it. Yeah, the smallest box I could put it in, but easy to use, because that's what I was going for. I think I found it scary in the sense of being a man looking after my little family in a bus, parking up in places that you don't really know, but you get a feel for it after a couple of months, well even a couple of weeks. You just get used to picking spots. Nothing's really that dangerous. It's just your mind tells you it is more than anything. You can just gauge it on a day-to-day basis. We've seen more people on the road that are up for having some time with us and our children, rather than just sort of being based around sort of adult time and the kids being sort of distracted by other things. We're all sort of a big family, even if we park up next to, say, well, the other day we parked up next to a lovely couple who invited Lily round for dinner, and then their little had a nap in the back of here. So yeah, we sort of just turn into like a larger family for like a day or two, and then it just all disperses and we find another little crew to hang out with. So yeah, it works quite well. This is our kitchen area. Got 2 nice big worktops, and this is obviously the side that we do all the hard work on, with all the cooking, all the hot stuff. And then when we've made a mess over here, we chuck it all in here. Have a big old go at washing up. I found a nice sink for £1, Yeah, we had to drive for an hour to get it, but yeah, that was the beautiful sink for £1 with a nice copper tap, which sort of complements it very well. Got a nice big kitchen drawer that sort of has turned into a bit of a man drawer. You've got a bit of everything from super glue to my water filler, but yeah, it's still sort of figuring out where everything's going a little bit. A nice little fridge. It's amazing how much you don't use a fridge when you're trying to eat healthy. So it's just got a bit of leftover food in there and some milk. So yeah, even having a fridge is not really a massive thing for us. Where we keep our water. I don't know why we decided to use metal containers, but we did. But I think we might go back to plastic with a bigger container. But that's where the pump works. For the tap, just on a little switch hidden away, because the kids will have. If it was out on the top, we'd never have any water. Which, obviously, if we're on the road for a couple of days, can be difficult with no water. Nice open storage, so we can see what we've got, because we're always eating. And just the closed storage up here, it's actually just got some plates and stuff in it. Some baking things from when we left the country. This like stuff we've had in the van for months. So yeah, we've got space we don't even use still in the kitchen, which is nice. Got a whole cupboard down here which just has random things in it. I've got my juggling clubs and some kids' toys. It's not even for the kitchen. It's just extra overflow space. And the gas bottle, which is hidden down underneath this counter, it's only 6 kilograms. It's been in there a couple, like 3-4 months now. Still firing out gas whenever we need it. Even that's keeping costs down. Just having a bigger bottle in the van rather than using the little camping calorie ones that we started with. Going up to 6 kilograms there's no monthly outgoing. It just keeps giving it. And yeah, our last little big drawer. It's got your bananas and everything else we need to cook, sort of risottos and curries with, just all goes in one drawer, so it doesn't get hidden away in little corners and go off. It's actually really nice to have one sort of specific bit of storage for it.
We didn't want to feel like we'd sacrificed on the homely, like, coziness quality, I think, and yeah, that we wanted it to feel like a home, and I think the wood does that. It definitely. Yeah,
and we're still putting our little nice homely touches in. The wood is it's a bit special. When you get the right piece, you get excited about it rather than it just being a standard bit of kitchen that you found on or online or whatever. You can make it your own, and no one else has got it. No one else has got a kitchen like this. The back of the bus, we've got a full-size double bed. With about a foot thick memory foam mattress. Something you don't want to skimp out on when you're living in a bus is getting your rest, because obviously we'll be surfing, we'll be chasing kids around. We don't want to be building any beds in the evening. So yeah, fixed bed all the way. It flips up on some really nice sort of gas struts at the back, so it's easy to get to the underbed. But something you don't really use a lot. If you're going to plan it, just plan your sort of outside space. Under the bed's just the stuff you don't look at. Got a lovely bookcase, a bit more beautiful wood. I think this is a bit of elm. You've got the kids' books underneath, so they can rummage around underneath there. And a little bit of everything from maps to plans to go to Morocco. Clothes storage, all on the left-hand side. And you've got a little section for Lilly and Archer stuff, so that's all their socks and things. So you don't have all the little things like making a mess of the overhead storage in the cab. And then everything for me as a dad goes in this square here. Towels are underneath, and Rachel has done really well as well. She's got one that goes all the way down to the floor underneath the bed, the middle section. So that's all trousers and dresses. The middle section's for tops, and then the top bits for the rest of the stuff for us. So yeah, that's all the clothes that we need in hot countries. We've got a bag under the bed for when it gets cold. So like in the last couple of days, we've had some big storms roll through, so we've been pulling big jackets out and jumpers, like you can see. So that's for us sleeping, and the little people, they they get a bed each, so this one pops down as well. So as you see, pink, this is Lily's side. Got a nice orange bed for Archer, and all the bedding sort of gets left on the bottom bed. So we end up with 2 single duvets and a big double duvet down bottom. Welcome to the back of the bus. This is where we hide all the stuff that we just want to keep out of the way. We've got all our winter gear sort of hung up for when the storms roll in. Got my sort of man shed. It's amazing how often you use an axe and a saw just to get some firewood going. Keep all my spare surf gear in here. Got my slide out storage, which doesn't have any runners. It just runs off the height of the bed. It sort of holds itself up. Sort of goes into a little table so I can play with all my surf gear and keep everything out of the way. Sort of keeps the smell of living in the sea out the back rather than it all sort of being hung around in the van. And the tools are in the back end of this storage as well. So I've got like a drill and a jigsaw in there as well. Moving on up, another massive piece of wood that I couldn't leave inside the sawmill. First of all, it was a way to keep the kids from sort of falling out the back of the bus, because I did a nice sort of pallet bed head, but yeah, it wasn't enough for them. But yeah, it's another bit that makes us feel happy every time we look at it. And moving on up, you've got all my surfboards again. Got surfboards and all the kids' toys. They're all in one bag on the roof, and it's all like shovels, spades. There's no real soft toys obviously on the roof, but yeah, there's a little bit of everything up there. So when that bag comes down, it's good fun.
Well, I guess we were quite lucky money-wise. We've got our house, haven't we?
Yeah.
That we've managed to rent out, again, to our next door neighbours, actually, funny enough. So
Yeah,
that was really easy. You don't need a lot of money, like compared to back home, when you add up the hours that you work just to pay the electric bill and the water bill and the internet bill. Out here, all you need is money for fuel and money for food. So your outgoings are minimal.
And we've got a pay-as-you-go phone, so we're not always hunting for internet. We've dropped some of the big sort of things that you might think you need, but after a month or so, you find yourself knowing that you've got what you need just through experiencing not having it. You find other ways around it. Go to information places, read some reading and talking to people around you, and you find lots of interesting people on the road to give you ideas of where to go. I mean, we wouldn't have been in Sagres on the south coast looking to go to Morocco if it wasn't just bumping into people on the way down through the country. Rather than planning it all out and making sure we've got a campsite, we just drive to a point, stop and have a little look around in the morning and go, this is beautiful, let's just keep going. On a good day, I'll probably be in the sea about 3 hours a day, and then I'll have a break because I feel like a bit of an old man after being in the sea for 3 to 6 hours a day. You go, little. So yeah, I'll be in the sea for more than I would be able to in a week in England with good surf in one day. So yeah, it's that's a hobby that you can develop and make your own. I mean, I can. Yeah.
That's the thing. It's the quality of life. I think that's what we've realised about.
So healthy.
Like when you're in the van, your living space is kind of the outside, and the kids are outside. We're on the beach all day, every day. You're having exercise in the sea like every day. You're happy because you're doing your surfing. Yeah, and we eat good food. What more do you need than that?
Head over to theindyprojects.com/shop and check out our new merchandise. Join us on Patreon for exclusive content, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.